Good day to you all. My name is Dan,
I'm Maria.
and we are worship leaders.
We are married.
We've been leading worship together for over 10 years.
We want to bring people together to experience the love of Christ. That is our goal.
So we do that through leading worship
Creating songs and music.
and through videos like this. We kind of talk about what it means to worship, some different ways that we might, some practical things about worship that might help you out. And so today, this is kind of for more worship leaders and maybe band directors and people that are in a musical environment and kind of leading worship in that way. So today we're going to talk about knowing what to do next.
Yeah. You are saying, hey, we've learned the songs, we didn't crash and burn as a band, and now what? What do I do next to improve my band?
So there's two things that we believe in strongly that will make your band and your team better. And these are two things that I think have the biggest impact, especially early on, in growing as a team. So if you're in a smaller church, or maybe you're kind of putting a band together and it's your first time leading a band, and you're like, I don't know what to do now. So these are the two most important things. This is actually going to be a two-part video, so definitely check out part 2. This is part 1, and today we're going to talk about, number 1,
playing to a click. What is a click? You're asking yourself, that sounds weird.
What's a click? Like just we click on buttons? What is this?
Yeah.
So a click is kind of a slang term for a metronome that plays in the band's headphones. And yes, you will need in-ears to use this. And that might be intimidating. You might look at prices of like wireless in-ear systems and think, we can't afford that. But there's lots of ways to do in-ears with a wired system, and it becomes fairly inexpensive, down to like a few $100s, and you can get going with a very, very good sounding system that should serve your team pretty well.
And I think your band should be encouraged to purchase their own headphones, and you don't have to spend a lot of money. I mean, it would be great. We would all like to buy, $300, $1,000, $3,000. I don't know. Yeah, headphones are expensive.
They go as high
right?
as you want to go.
But I mean, even just starting off with, in the beginning, as you get used to playing click, buy some $10 headphones. Yeah. Work with that. Move up to then maybe $40 or $50 headphones. Yeah. And I think everyone in your band should invest in that. Yeah,
definitely. I would recommend not using Apple headphones. Some people like to take the Apple headphones that came with their phone that are, sitting in their drawer somewhere. It's like, hey, these headphones I've got. In my experience, the Apple headphones don't work for a couple of reasons. One, they don't block any sound, so everything has to be significantly louder over the sound of the room, or over the sound of, if you're a drummer, for example, the sound of the drums. If you're a guitar player, just kind of whatever's going on around you, it has to be louder, and those headphones tend to get distorted much more quickly because of that. Right. So I would encourage you, don't just use the regular Apple headphones. Go out and get something that has a squishy tip. Those tend to block sound a lot better, and those are decent to kind of start out with. And then from there, there's lots of different options to go with. So you will need in-ears. Now, playing with a click solves a couple of problems. And the first problem is playing the song at the right tempo. And Maria has a horror story about this.
So I went and I was playing at a church, and I was helping out. I was leading worship, and
I wasn't there.
Yeah, Dan was not there, and I usually we play together, but sometimes I do go and I'll play with other people. And this particular Sunday, I was playing with other people that I hadn't normally played with, and there was no click. And so they started to play Power in the Name of Jesus, Break Every Chain.
Break Every Chain.
Break Every Chain, that's what it's called. So Break Every Chain, and they were playing it so fast, and I could tell it was fast, but what am I supposed to do? Because I'm trying to signal to them to slow down, but you're trying to do it inconspicuously, so that, I don't know, I just felt very awkward.
They didn't get it.
So because we never played before, they didn't really know what I was trying to say. So they started playing, I started singing. I literally feel like I sounded like a chipmunk. I was singing so fast. I was like, break every chain, break every chain, break every chain. And it was one of those experiences that I never want to have again. Yeah. And I think it's easily avoidable, because you want anyone, whether they're someone that's new, maybe coming in, and they're coming to your church, or they're gonna come play with you, you want anybody, with no matter what their level of experience is, be able to come in and the song sound like it's supposed to sound.
Yeah, there's no, the great thing about a click is there's now no arguments about, well, you were playing too fast. No, you were playing too slow. That all disappears because we have an outside source that says, no, this is the tempo, this is how fast the song is supposed to be.
Right.
And so it just ends all of those arguments. The band is in sync. I think one of the great things about a click is it replaces years of practicing together as far as being in sync as a band. You know, some bands, they've been playing so long together that they're right in sync together all the time. They know exactly where that drummer's going to come in. They know exactly how fast to start the song. But let's face it, most of our church worship teams do not have years of preparation under our belts. You might be, playing with people, maybe you're in a youth band, and, the person playing bass learned how to play 5 minutes ago, and they're just jumping in because there's nobody else to do it. Maybe the person playing drums is still a beginner, and they're getting better, but they're still maybe not sure about what tempo to start a song at. This creates, it just enables people at that level to play something at a much higher level than they would normally without that years and years of practice to get it together.
Yeah, I think that, click is an awesome thing, but there can be obstacles, there can be some challenges that you're gonna face when you start doing click. And so we recommend that you start using click in rehearsal while you're doing practice. So this is where making sure you have practice time is really important. And making sure during that time you are using click, and then wait until you really have it solid as a band and you're all in sync, then bringing it out on a Sunday or during a service, because maybe, your services are on Sunday, but we're just saying when you have service time, then bring it out once you're all solid and able to flow.
Yeah, because the band might struggle at first to get through songs they've gotten through without the click very easily. Because suddenly, every time there was maybe a tempo change that everybody got used to, now that tempo change is being revealed by the click. Like, oh, we're messing up there. We just didn't realize it.
Right.
So it might take some time. Even songs that you were nailing or thought you were nailing, now maybe there's some struggles, there's some problems because the click is revealing that there was some issues that whole time. You're just seeing them now. So some people are going to also hate it at first. You're going to get some complaints. I've heard people talk about, I don't like click because it makes it feel stiff. We can't flow. We can't, just go with the Holy Spirit because the click stops us. And, to me, that's just an excuse. Most of the time, what's really going on is those people are struggling with their tempo. And so because of that, they really have to concentrate a lot to play along with the click. And so for them, it feels like, well, I can't really just flow now. I've got to really focus on this click. And at first, that's going to be the case. But eventually, this gets better, and the click kind of fades into the background. You have to think about it as much. But it takes time.
I don't even notice the click anymore. When I do notice the click, then I know something's off.
Right.
That's how I know something's off, because I'm like, wait, the click's there. Wait, what's going on? You will get to the point, at first, it's going to be like, there's this annoying loud sound in my ear, and oh, it's so loud. And trust us when we say, if you can push through that and you can do that, you're going to see that the point is, and the goal of our leading worship is to lead people to Jesus. And it's not about us as a band, whether we like or dislike the click, because when the band is out of sync, it is so distracting for the congregation.
Absolutely.
And we feel that distractions are the enemy. Because in that moment, all people can hear is how the band is off. They're not in sync together. It just starts to become kind of like a clanging cymbal almost. It's just this annoying noise. So encourage the band that this is a way that you're serving your church. Because the truth is, the distractions will then be gone and people will be able to worship at a higher level.
Yeah, because they're not like wondering where that downbeat's going to come in, where's that chorus going to start, waiting to guess, oh, I start singing now. It's all very predictable, and predictability as far as music goes helps people get involved, and that's our goal, right? We want people to sing along, we want people to engage. When it's predictable in the way that music should be, it's easier for people to do that. So a couple different tips. Try some different click sounds. Most sources, whether using a phone or maybe you have some kind of software on your computer, you can change the sound of the click. Maybe you don't like the high-pitched beeping noise.Maybe like something softer, like a woodblock sound. A lot of times you can adjust that. That can be helpful. Also, trying double time. So instead of going, 1, 2, 3, 4, you can say 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. That might be annoying, but it also is a way. Sometimes people can get off in between the clicks. And that can be a way to kind of help people feel the music a little bit better. Make sure you can't hear the click from the congregation. One of the things that can happen a lot, and we've experienced, is where if you're using only one ear of your in-ears, or if somebody's using like big over-the-ear headphones, sometimes the sound can leak out, and it can be picked up by mics around you and then get sent into the mains faintly, and you'll be able to hear it like when the music stops or when if the song first starts, and that's awkward. That's not a great. It doesn't feel very professional. I'd encourage you to make sure that's not happening. And one tip, if the band is really struggling with the rhythm, with staying on the rhythm, first of all, they need to practice at home. Rehearsal with a band is no replacement for practice at home.
Yes.
But one of the things you can do to kind of help people learn how to follow that rhythm is do what I call a rhythm circle. So basically, run the click through your mains, have everybody have some kind of percussion instrument, with just a tambourine or maybe 2 sticks, something simple, and then just play along the entire band, whether you're a guitar player, a bass player, a vocalist, play along with the click, so to get a feel for where that is, because learning how to play with a click is a little bit of a skill that has to be developed. So it'll take some time possibly, and trying some different strategies to get that going.
Yeah, and I think that as you do this, growing involves stepping out of what is comfortable,
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's going to be hard at first. We are not saying that it's not going to be hard.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard, but soon you're going to enjoy the fact that you're going to be more confident and you're going to be playing with unity.
Yeah.
And so there's going to be this confidence and this encouragement that comes out of that, and you're going to be excited because you know that you're going to sound better, which means then the congregation is joining in more, and it's just a great feeling.
Yeah.
And once you push through that, you will not want to ever go back without click.
That's true.
Now when we play without click, I'm like, I notice it, I can feel the difference. And sometimes there's situations where that's not going to be possible, but for the most part, always try to have click. If you have any questions about maybe what systems we would recommend using or headphones we recommend using or anything like that, feel free to make a comment below and we'll try to respond to you.
Yeah.
If you have any questions for us, reach out to us. If you have any ideas of any videos you'd like us to do,
Sure.
Please just reach out to us and let us know. We want to be able to help you, but don't forget part 2 either of this video.
Part 2 is coming up next week. Definitely look for us on social media, Instagram and Facebook at Wolford Music, YouTube, of course, you already probably are aware of because you're watching this. So definitely tune in next week for part 2.
Yeah.
We'll see you.
Bye.